My name's Megan Dennis. I'm curator at Gresson Hall Farm and Workhouse, and I'm really thankful to all our amazing volunteers on More Than Oliver Twist. They've not only made a difference locally, but also regionally, nationally, and internationally. The impact of this project has been immense, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without our fantastic volunteers. Locally at Gresson Hall, we've been able to complete all of the 1881 census and make really, really good inroads into 1871. And I'm really excited to see what's going to come next, what new stories we're going to uncover. We've been doing amazing things with those, not only just featuring them on social media, but making fantastic plans for interpreting them in our galleries, integrating them into our learning work, but also providing that research for other people to continue on the story, to find out more and to explore new themes and ideas around workhouse history, which is absolutely great. Regionally, we've been able to work with sister museums, so we've been looking at the history of Thetford Workhouse. Nationally, we've obviously been joining up with other members of the Workhouse Network to compare and contrast, to do the wonderful artistic work that you have achieved with Mel and Morgan. And internationally even, we've been making links to the Bahamas, to Jamaica, to Germany, to Denmark. All of these places are very similar workhouse institutions in the past, and it's so exciting to think about what we could do in the future. We've even put in an enormous joint academic transatlantic bid with Carleton College in Minnesota to look at how we can interpret some of your research in a three-dimensional digital way, recreating the digital workhouse and telling your stories for the future generation. So even in our new lockdown, we'll be able to explore and share those amazing stories that you've created and researched and enabled us to use. So just a massive thank you to everyone who's been involved. However small, you really have made a difference, and we're really, really grateful.
Hi volunteers, my name is Emily Colvard and I am a collections access assistant at the Thackeray Museum, and I'm also a regional mentor for the Thackeray Museum of Medicine, which was previously the Leeds Union Workhouse. The project has been really, really good for the Thackeray Museum. We have created a lovely, wonderful, dedicated group of volunteers who have been researching and are still researching, and we can then use this group for future projects with the Workhouse Network and in-house as well. And we've created links within the West Yorkshire Archive Service where a lot of our records are stored, and that's just brilliant opportunities for the future. Also, we have used this wonderful group of volunteers who have been so dedicated and flexible to create permanent displays within the museum about our workhouse and have a changeable panel where we can display different inmate stories and change them throughout the year so that people can have regular information about the people and the real lives of people that lived here, and that's all down to our volunteers, and it's all down to their dedication and enthusiasm. So I just want to say thank you very much, and good luck for the future.
It's been great fun as well, the More Than Oliver Twist, and the amazing stories that have come out, the breadth of those stories. They're the stars of all our shows. And having an opportunity to tell those people's stories, create platforms in a digital way to reach more people interested in volunteering and bringing those stories to light. That's what our work is all about. And I thank you all very much for the dedication you show to your spaces, your sites, and to the history of these people. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Elle Smith, and I've been one of the 2 project support officers for the More Than Oliver Twist project. I just want to say thank you so much for all the hard work and dedication that's gone into this project. I really hope you're as proud of the digital exhibition as I am.
Hello, I'm Harriet Foster, and I was involved with the evaluation of the More Than Oliver Twist project. I was the person responsible for asking you to fill out all those surveys. I'm sorry about that. But from all the information you did provide, we were able to show that in addition to the 9 regional mentors, there were 128 volunteers across the UK working on pauper research, that you gave in excess of 2,000 hours for that research, and that you produced over 200 biographies, which is fantastic. There were many other successes from the project, such as an increase in skills and knowledge, There were more and a wider range of volunteers working for the participating venues, and many of you have since gone on to fill really key roles in those venues, meaning that there's increased capacity and the organisations are more sustainable. There were challenges with the project, which we were able to document as well. And all those successes and challenges were featured in a report that went to the funders and demonstrated that, for example, the objectives for the project were largely met. The lessons learned have gone to the steering committee and will help inform future plans. So really what I wanted to say to you is a massive thank you for your time and effort in completing those surveys or taking part in an interview or doing both, because without you, I wouldn't have been able to show any of those things, and I'm hugely appreciative.
Hello, so my name's Hannah. I'm the Education and Outreach Officer at the Thackeray Museum of Medicine, and I've been asked how the More Than Oliver Twist project has impacted learning. Well, it certainly has. Thankfully to all the hard work from our volunteers, we've been able to put a lot of that information in our workhouse session for school children. So this means real school children from 2020 will have a direct link to real lives and real histories that existed, even just for a short time, sometimes in this very building, and that is absolutely amazing. So I want to say thank you so much for all your hard work, for overcoming the trials and tribulations and the challenges to make it possible. Thank you.
Hi, this is Wednesday. I was Project Support Officer for the More Than Oliver Twist project. I've learnt so much from being there with you, from working on a digital exhibition to being around so many volunteers and wonderful sites. The research that you've carried out has been phenomenal, and the exhibition is just incredible to see your work displayed and so open and so resonant. It's just incredible. So I'm just saying a huge thank you very much.
Thank you!
I'm Dr. Andy Gritt, and I'm Head of History, Languages and Global Cultures at Nottingham-Trent University. So I'm a historian by training. I've been working on sort of welfare history and public history for quite a long time. So my role within the More Than Oliver Twist project was, well, I had various roles really, but I was on the steering committee throughout. As many of you will know, we hosted quite a few of the events at Nottingham-Trent University, some of the training events, etc. were hosted at Nottingham-Trent University, and also the kind of the website work as well to support the researchers through the project. But the project itself is just fantastic, and I really do want to extend my thanks to all of the mentors, all of the organisations involved, all of the individual researchers for your effort, your energy, and what has to be said, your expertise in your contribution to the project. It's got to be said that a project of this nature, involving 6 different museum sites and with a very large number of researchers, has generated work that not any of us in our kind of professional lives within universities could ever have hoped to achieve. You know how long it takes to do that research, and you have kind of all produced the most amazing kind of work and written that up in a very kind of professional way. It's very kind of difficult to explain really, because you have gone on to produce some of the most kind of wonderful work that we could not have done. But I also hope very much that you enjoyed the process and that you learned things, got something out of it, both intellectually but also socially. Yes, we were all affected by COVID through the project. That was unfortunate, but I still hope that you've managed to forge very kind of strong research communities in your regions, in your kind of museums, and that those relationships will continue into the future, and that you will hopefully go on to do more sort of research projects as things go on. So the work that we've got now with several hundred of these biographies has already become, I think, probably the largest single database of pauper biographies that have been researched in this way in the UK. If we can add to that in the future, that's fantastic. But the potential there for it to contribute to future academic publications is tremendous. Of course, if any of that work does go on to be published, everybody will get full credit. The work that you've done, so it's not just the exhibition that has been produced, but permanent archive of the work that you've done. And there is simply no way that we could have got that, I don't think, any other way, without the tremendous expertise and commitment people brought.
Hello, my name is Helen Bainbridge and I'm a mentor for More Than Oliver Twist project at Gresson Hall. I've been volunteering at Gresson Hall Museum for many years, working on the collections team and then the research team. Family history has been a hobby since I was age 14, and I've undertaken research for many families, TV, and worked for a while as an air hunter. I have researched inmate lives for the museum's exhibitions and have really enjoyed teaching others through opening the museum library for events, teaching people how to research their own families. This is why mentoring volunteers has been so enjoyable. Obviously, COVID has presented its own challenges, but it has enabled us to broaden the opportunity to volunteers throughout the UK. Thank you for sharing your own skills and expertise with us. You never know everything, and I've certainly learnt about new sources which I have not utilised previously. I am very happy that most of you are able to find time to continue researching with us, as there are plenty more people to be researched, those who lived in the workhouse, be they inmates, staff, or just passing through. I have written a short poem thank you from me and the museum and the Workhouse Network, as we are unable to meet in person and share tea and cake. Mentoring volunteers for More Than Oliver Twist is something I am glad not to have missed. From the start of the project, volunteer numbers have grown, volunteers joining who have been able to work from home. The number of inmates researched has been great, those hidden lives reimagined, revealing their fate. Without your skills and enthusiasm, we would not have recovered the journeys through the archives that have been discovered. You have taken to your hearts those paupers' lives, whose stories on whose shoulders we build to strive. I thank you all for sharing your time with our historic poor, for supporting Gresson Hall, and for continually asking, please Helen, can I have some more?
Your contributions really have made a difference. We're really looking forward to working with you in the future and think that there's so much more that we can do. Thank you very much for all your efforts, time, dedication, enthusiasm and passion. And we're very much looking forward to working with you in the future.